Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Warren Cananigo, and you're watching my life icons. I'm so excited today because our guest is a member of a clan which is already an icon, a household name in Toledo City. But of course, in making his own niche, he did not rely on the influence and the achievements of his relatives and family members. He is actually an English professor and a social media strategist, but more than that, a social worker, a social servant extraordinaire. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Roselier Lyon, otherwise known or more popularly known as John RAFOLS. A round of applause, please, everyone. Hi, John.
Hello, hello,
How are you
good
tonight?
evening.
How are you tonight?
I'm feeling great. At the same time, I'm a bit pressured because I do not know if I can give justice to this interview because I'm not the type of person I talk too much. I
Yeah.
hope I can be substantiate your expectation with me.
Yeah, I know you're such a humble person. You're not really comfortable talking about your achievements, but I am also a type of person who loves to research on Toledo's pride, and basically you're part of the roster, so you don't have a choice. Thank you very much for honoring the invitation.
The
Okay,
pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine.
thanks. I am so excited. I'm itching to ask you a lot of questions, especially about your responsibilities now with the local government of the city of Toledo. But I can't help myself asking this first question. What gravitated you to take Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English when I was really expecting that you would be taking law, or you would be taking a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, because you actually grew up surrounded by politicians, statesmen, and women who are actually noted in the city. Especially your great grandfather, who was our former congressman,
Congressman.
and your
Yes, yes.
uncle, who is also a
The
former vice mayor.
former vice mayor of the
Yeah, so
city.
tell us about that.
Okay, so my first frustration was really to become a lawyer. But of course, it's only my father is the breadwinner of the family, so that's why I have to be realistic. I cannot finance taking up political science. And to answer your question, why did I take up English English as my course in college? This is the influence of my grandmother as well, who is also a former district guidance counselor of the West Toledo district of the division of Toledo City. And I'm sure everybody knows her. Her name is Hisosa Rafols. And when we were young, she used to train us reading books. And if we finish reading books, she loved to ask questions. And of course, if we answer the question correctly, of course, she will treat us ice cream. So that's why even I was in my younger days, I grew up loving to read books at the same time because we are not allowed to speak Cebuano when she was around. So that's why it started to instill in my mind that I should take up English following the footstep of my grandmother, who is a former DepEd employee. That's it.
Definitely, that's an open secret on how you would actually make your child, master, or achieve a higher competency in English, especially when they grow up. You have to start during the formative years, and thanks to your Lola for
Yeah,
doing that. It's an open secret, actually.
yeah, 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 yeah.
An-
Uh,
Another prominent name in the city, of course, or another, should I say, a super achiever, is Rizara Falls. How are you related?
Risa Raffles is my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
the youngest among the RAFOLS siblings.
Mm. Okay.
And of course, if for sure, for those who will be asking, because we are always together in every events of the local government unit, because Risa Rafos, my aunt, was also very instrumental in my stint in the local government unit, because when I was still a teacher, she used to give me bookings in hosting. At the same time, she allowed me to meet politicians. So that's why somehow, aside from my uncle, who is a former vice mayor, she was also instrumental. That's why my name is popular in the local government unit of Toledo City. Because at that time, she was the former tourism officer and the secretary to the mayor
Mm.
of then Senator John Henry Osmeña. So more or less, she was very instrumental also in my position that I am holding right now
The
as the
position you're holding
information
right now.
officer of Toledo City.
But before you actually became one, you did serve Consolatrix College as one of their English teachers, English instructors.
Yeah,
So,
I
what
did.
how special is CC to you that you really managed to give them a good number of years before you
Um,
followed your heart? You know.
oh, of course, I spent my high school days at Consulat Chicks,
Mhm.
and I spent my college days at Consulat Chicks also. So more or less, that's 8 years. And I spent my 9 years also teaching in the same school. So that's why, with the number of years, so Consulat Chicks College also has been and will always be a part of where I am right now, because I have to accept also, um, I was known also at the local government unit because also of my training at Consulat Chicks College, wherein they used to see me as someone who will work without even being observed by the superior, by my bosses. And that values I have learned also from Consulat Chicks College, wherein you work without even the supervision of your bosses and your mentors.
That's what you call solid integrity. And
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
congratulations to that. How hard was it to leave CC? Yeah, let's try to relive that experience. Was it really very hard for you to leave?
Yes, it was, because I never imagined to be leaving the school wherein I consider that one as my first love. But of course, I have to be realistic that as human as we are, we need to seek also greener pasture for my family, because at this time, my father is already retiring from the public service, and my mom is only a full-time housewife. So no one will finance our daily living. So I have to make it to a point also that I have to choose from the someone that I love, or for my family as well. But nonetheless, that's why, since I am now connected with the local government unit, I've tried my very best in the position that I am holding right now to help also the school, who is also instrumental of molding me of what I am today.
That's great. I just realized now, John, that we're both so lucky to have been given by God the opportunity to give back to our alma mater. In my case, Led National Vocational School.
Yeah,
Only a few people will be given a chance to go back, to come home and serve at least a few years. That's already a big thing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, so not all people are given that opportunity, and we're so lucky to be given the chance to say thank you. Even eventually we
yeah,
have to say goodbye. So
yeah, yeah. It was really hard. And of course, it made me cry. But one good thing also about the AR sisters, when I tried to ask their permission, they always tell me na grow where you are planted, but never forget also the people have helped you in your journey. So this is my way of saying thank you. This is my way of manifesting how grateful I am, because I wouldn't be where I am right now if it's not because of Consulatrix College of Toledo City. Much more to my former mentor, which is Sister Milod. So Sister Milod really was really influential in my life right now.
mhm. Well, but of course you have already made the decision, and
Yeah, yeah.
because of another influential person in your life, hence your job now at the local city government of Toledo. So, what is your current position? What exactly is the term for that? And can you share to us what's your main job?
Ah, okay. So before I was designated by Mayor Zoe, so I also experienced starting from the bottom. So I started 5 years as a job order employee, wherein I was assigned at the Toledo City Police Station. I served five chief of police. At the same time, I was also their social media strategist also for the five chief of police. And of course, when Mayor Joy won, because of my experience also at the Toledo City Police Station, so she hired me to become the information officer of Toledo City. And because I had this vast experience in the Toledo Police Station, she also appointed me to be the Anti-Drug Abuse Council focal person, wherein I was assigned to monitor and implement the anti-drug program of the local government unit of Toledo City. So
Mm.
if you can see me, I am always with the police. So maybe as a lot of my friends are asking, why do I always go with the police without even letting them know that part of my job as the Anti-Drug Abuse Council focal person is to be with the police all the time.
You know what? I'm so happy for you, and at the same time, so envious because it's really a dream of mine to also be an information officer of a certain agency. I'm very much comfortable with press and
Yeah.
journalism, so yeah, I'm so excited for you, and I just couldn't really help also thanking you because I was invited. You invited me like 3 weeks ago about a certain project, and I have here the invitation letter. The latest project that you're actually working on is called Kabataan Contra Droga at Turismo for Toledo City Chapter. This is like a seminar workshop. Um, and that will be on October 8 to 10 for the first batch and October 15 to 17 for the second batch. I'm so elated and humbled to be part of the list of successful Toledoans. Thank you very much. So, can you please tell us more about these projects?
Of course. So, the Kabataan Kontra Droga at Terorismo, this is the youth arm of the Philippine National Police, wherein we are tapping our youth resources to become instrument in disseminating the information and at the same time the programs of the Philippine National Police. And as of now, we were able to organize already the KK chapter 37 out of the 38 barangays of Toledo City. So in just a span of less than a year, and we are very honored that the city of Toledo was given the award as the best KKDAT chapter in the entire province. So that's why that is really my advocacies in life, because of course I have seen also how drugs affect certain families, because my family before was used to be a victim of drug addiction. So this has been this has been my advocacy and the cause which is very dear to me, because during the time I do not know if it's a good thing to look back, but this has been our issues before during the time of my former vice mayor Rick RAFOLS, nga basta RAFOLS daw kuno mga drug addict, but maunang I want to change that image na we were just a victim of drug addiction. So we are just unfortunate victims of drug addiction, and I am very proud that I have seen my family changing because they have realized how important life was.
Mhm. Thank you very much. And I'm even more excited to talk about vlogging as an effective medium to carry out the objectives of this youth camp and leadership training. So see you soon. I'm so excited. uh,
Looking forward. I'm looking forward.
and by the way, who's with you in the Toledo City Public Information Office? Who's with you in the team?
Okay. I have my division chief. Her name is Miss Glinette Nabalitan, and this is really a complete team. We have photographers, we have videographers, because we are the sole office as designated to inform the public the activities of the local government of Toledo. So basically, this is a one media team. So these are the people behind the Toledo City Public Information Office. page. And I am very happy also that my division chief has given me the leeway of doing what I love, and which is the Anti-Drug Abuse Council. So,
Yeah, we're very much in love with social media. In fact, I am a vlogger and you are a social media strategist. How does the work?
well, for me, social media strategies, this is very important because I am considering myself as a one frontliner as well, because in this time of pandemic, we cannot avoid the fact that social media is very important for the people to know that indeed the government is working, because realistically the people needs evidence, the people needs to see something if indeed the government is working. So basically, especially it's election time, and we cannot avoid the fact that they will be questioning what happened to the government. So more or less, aside from making the local government look good, but at the same time also, it's really our sole responsibility to inform them properly, at the same time convey the message that indeed the government is working.
I agree. It's a developmental journalism.
Yeah, yeah,
That's always should be the target, the focus of campus journalism. Developmental journalism instead of being leftist or creating leftist
yeah,
movements.
yeah.
So, from my understanding, a social media strategist is like a person who starts with creating an account for a particular agency, then
Yes.
posting, managing the social media exposures and everything. Okay. Okay.
And
And
you go to the barangays.
you go to the barangays. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you consider, in your experience with the local city government, what are your experiences as a social worker?
Of
Do you have some
course,
memories as a social worker?
one good thing, and I can say it's very enjoyable also, because I am given the privilege to visit barangay, the 38 barangays. I am very proud to say that I have been through the 38 barangays. At the same time, it feels good to be with the people and um, asking them their concerns, at the same time relating to our city mayor. So it's a good feeling also when you cannot have that one in the social media. So this is really this a certain privilege nga wherein I am very grateful to be with the people.
Yeah. A common friend, and I will not tell the name, a common friend told
Yeah,
me, because he actually learned about this interview, this vlog guesting. He told me you're
yeah.
so efficient. You always go beyond what is expected of you. So I'm sure because of that, you've been rewarded. What are some of the most memorable awards that you have been given that you would
Um,
like to share?
For me, the most memorable award is this Kabataan Kontra Droga at Terorismo, because, of course, there are 50 plus LGUs in the in the entire Cebu province, and we are very happy that Toledo City is considered to be the most organized, at the same time the best KKDA chapter. And in fact, when the provincial director visited Toledo City during the launching of our KKDA, of course, he talked to me and told me this is indeed the most organized KKDA I have been through. And mind you, I went through hell at previously. But of course, it's a different thing right now in the administration of Mayor Joy, because the administration of Mayor Joy is very accommodating with the programs that I have and I am already planning. So for me, this is really which I, first and foremost, this is close to my heart. At the same time, it's already sige tawag, ano ka na, it's a secondary na lang na you will be awarded with such, because when you are doing things that you love the most, you're not expecting any reward at all. The fact that you are doing this, it's already a reward.
Yes, thank you very much. Is there another award you would like to mention? Maybe a couple
Uh,
of? Is it, or maybe not an award, but an achievement that is very, very dear to you, very loaded with
uh,
sentimental
um,
value. And
for me, um, being the information officer of Toledo is indeed very memorable, because um, in case you do not know, I've tried to apply for this job 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
And I got it on the third time. And luckily also nobody dared to apply for this job. So I told myself this is really intended for me.
That's really for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Speaking of achievement, of course, the Ruffles Street in Toledo City is named after your great
Great grandfather.
grandfather, who was then a congressman,
Man,
congressman in
yeah.
what district?
Before it used to be first district, before it became a third district.
Yeah, before it became its district.
Yeah, yeah.
How does it feel to have Ruffles Street like named after one of your grandfathers, one of your family members?
Somehow it's a pride to myself also because
Exactly.
it's not very easy to have a street name after your great grandfather. And of course this will serve also as a challenge for myself that I should also follow their legacy as well and not to taint the good name that they have already established. And of course this is also a challenge to me na, to do better
Mhm.
and at the same time to give justice to the name Raffles.
Mhm. So even if you started with the education industry, you still ended up in
In public service.
public service, which is really an indication that you really come from a family of statesmen and women, quote unquote. You don't have really exactly, you don't really have to be elected or appointed to be a statesman or a statesman. It's about your heart for government service, and you have that heart, and you have a big heart for that.
Thank you.
Okay. What is one after this youth camp and leadership training? What is one thing that is brewing now, or something that's in the works after?
Okay. So after this, we are already planning to conduct a community-based rehabilitation training program because this is one requirement for us to declare a certain barangay in the city of Toledo as drug-free barangay because we have already a potential barangays that we are going to declare as drug-free, but unfortunately we don't have community-based training program. So we are preparing for this for us to go to the right direction already of declaring these certain barangays as drug free. And of course, I am very happy also that Mayor Joy has already give me the go signal to push through with this program.
For everything that you have done under your belt, would there be a chance most would there be a chance for you to run a political office in the future? Do you see yourself doing that?
Um, I've always believed that I don't need public office to help my constituents, but of course, uh, just a frustration. So, uh, I am also dreaming to be one, but realistically, I cannot finance. But as of this time, I have already made the decision that you don't need public office.
Mhm. Exactly, exactly. That is true. And thank you very much. I have learned a lot from your experiences, and believe it or not, I'm beyond happy for you, for your, how do you call this, for succumbing or for granting me the opportunity to interview someone who is really an achiever in the government service. So thank you very much. I can't wait to edit and publish this in my vlog, and I hope to see you soon. Of course, we'll see each other in the
Yeah,
in
this
of course at
coming.
CCC. Definitely for sure.
I'll just send you the invitation
Yes.
because we will be having a coordination meeting tomorrow and we'll be finalizing already the invitation.
Yes. Thank you very much, John, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye bye.
Okay, I hope I gave justice.
Of course you did. Bye bye.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.